Hi, I'm Patrick Tuttle, the real estate guy with Legacy Real Estate Services with your real estate market update for today. It is Thursday, September 10th, 2020. And I'll be right back with the answer to the question of, how's the market? All right, and I'm back, and it is a wonderful, cool day here in El Paso. I think the high temperatures are going to reach somewhere in the 70s. Isn't that wonderful after having so many, I think we had like 58, 59, 100 plus degree days here in El Paso. The temperatures were hot and the real estate market has been hotter. It has been a fabulous summer with regard to sales, especially amidst the pandemic that we've been going through. And as we've seen over the past couple of months, real estate sales have really taken off. And this morning I was on a call and listening to a PhD economist by the name of Elliot Eisenberg. And Elliot was telling us, Dr. Eisenberg was telling us that this pandemic has really fueled the real estate market because there are so many people who, when they are forced to work from home, they want to be in a home that they can enjoy. And since they're not going to be on a tight time frame with regard to being at the office and things like that, they want easy access to activities such as hiking and biking and doing all sorts of outdoor things, which we have a lot of here in El Paso. And as I get into the report here in just a minute, we're going to see what's happening locally with regard to our real estate market, and I'm going to share a little bit more of Dr. Eisenberg's comments with regard to where he thinks that our market is going to go. And yes, he was speaking directly to the El Paso marketplace, specifically to the new home builders through the El Paso Association of Builders. So for now, let's get on to our report. And as we always start out, we're going to look at our resale homes first. And this data was pulled on Tuesday, the 8th of September. And on that day, we had 868 resale homes available in the Greater El Paso Association of Realtors multiple listing service. Now, last month, coincidentally, we had 898 homes for sale. So this month it's 868. Our inventory has continued to dwindle a little bit, and they had an average list price of $266,610. They had been on the market for an average of 59 days. Our market is continuing to doing quite well in the time on market. If you've got it priced appropriately, you're going to get a contract pretty quickly for the most part. The homes that closed in the last 30 days, this is the month of August 2020, we have 653 homes closed through the Greater El Paso Association of Realtors multiple listing service. And they closed at an average selling price of $200,588. And that's a huge number. Last month we were at $203,176. This month, $200,588. Still a big number. And the price per square foot this time, well, we've topped $100 a square foot on average. The average house was 1,936 square feet, and we went at $102.24 on average for that. That's the first time ever we've gone over $100 a square foot. I can remember when I started doing these reports several years ago, we were in the 70s. So we've had a huge increase in the past couple of years. 102.24 is the number there. Last month we saw 677 homes sell through the MLS, and those homes again had a selling price of an average $203,176 comparatively. Over the last 12 months we saw 6,183 homes sell through our multiple listing service, and on average they had a selling price of $183,919. So you can see that $17,000 gap, that's almost a 10% increase in the average selling price over the year. 5% increase over the last year. And that's a lot of dollars that are going out there in our El Paso market. Now, looking at month over month, our sales are down on the volume side and down on the dollar side, but the market is still up overall because we are having a fantastic year selling on average 515 homes per month over the last 12 months, and that gives us a 1.69 months of inventory here in the El Paso area. That is extremely, extremely low. And again, if you've got a resale home and you're priced appropriately for the condition that you're in, you're going to sell. And that's going to be the biggest thing that you need to keep in factor. The big challenge that you're going to have is where to price it, what kind of condition to put it in, and how to get the marketing out so that you can get the best dollars back out of your home. Now, over on the new homes side of the equation, as of Tuesday, we had 1,012 new homes on the market through our Greater El Paso Association of Realtors. That's not all of the inventory. Some of our builders don't list in the MLS, and that's fine. We wish that they were. It would make appraisals a little bit easier for those that are custom builds and things like that. But all that data, when an appraiser is just looking on the surface, they can't see all of the hidden things that the builders are putting in, some of the extra things. The golden nails, for example. They really don't exist. We just talk about the golden nails that are out there in the homes. Anyway, the list price on those homes, $227,714 for the average list price of a brand new home here in the El Paso area. And they've been on the market for on average 126 days, which again, since we don't know, we've got homes that are not started, we've got homes that are finished. Cut this number in half. That's the easiest thing to say. So we're really looking at about 63 days on market for the real number. How many homes did we sell last month? Big month for the month of August for new homes. We sold 300 homes through the MLS. That was huge. And they had an average selling price $218,981. Big numbers for the new homes out there. And the gap is closing between the new homes and the resale homes with what you get for your money. New homes, $117.01 per square foot, and you got an 1,856 square foot home. Remember, the resales were $102.24, and that got you a 1,936 square foot home, so only about 100 square feet in that gap. So that's one room, a couple of closets, whatever you want to call it, but it's space. You're still getting more space for the money with the resale home, but you're getting the newer, finer features with the new home and the energy efficiency as well. In July, we saw 239 homes sell. So you see that we had 61 more homes sell in the month of August. In the month of July, they sold at $221,461. So the dollars did come down just a little bit. Year over year, our rolling 12 months, 2,629 homes sold through the Greater El Paso Association of Realtors Multiple Listing Service. I estimate another 10% sold. So maybe another 260 so that sold but just didn't go through the multiple listing service. On average, the year over the last 12 months, $214,675. So looking at this compared to the $221 that was the average price for the month of July, there's really not a huge difference in the appreciation. And I mentioned earlier that I was going to talk a little bit more about what Dr. Eisenberg said. And he stated that this morning, as of this morning, he stated that the lumber prices across the United States have gone up 116%. Now let that sink in for just a second. 116% increase in lumber prices since the pandemic started. That is a huge increase in cost. And what that equates to is the equivalent of, in his numbers, it said it accounts for about $16,000 price increase for a new home in the United States. That's not just El Paso, but that's a $16,000 increase for a new home since the pandemic hit because of lumber prices alone. That's huge. Absolutely huge. So why are we doing this? Well, we all want to stay safe out there, but our economy needs to get back and rolling. Here in El Paso, I think we're doing pretty good. And again, I've talked about all the government jobs that we've had. They used to be our Achilles heel, so to speak, because of the tax structures that we have here in El Paso. But that, I think, has been our blessing because the people who have the government jobs, they kept working through the pandemic. They went home and did it, albeit, but they didn't lose their jobs because they're supported by our tax dollars. And I think that's a great thing for us here in El Paso, and that's really helped our economy stay where it is. and it's going to help us rebuild faster as we get those dollars back out into the economy. Now, continuing with the report, overall, we're up on sales but down on dollars from the average selling price for the month of August with the new homes, and we had average of 219 new homes per month sold over the last 12 months, and that gives us a 4.62 months of inventory. But again, divide that in two, so it's 2.31 months of inventory is probably your real supply that we've got out there in the marketplace, and the prices are driving up because of the escalation of costs and the limited inventory. They can simply get more because there's not as much inventory out there. Now, what is it that's driving all of this? Certainty. I am convinced that certainty is the one factor that is really driving our real estate market. What do I mean by that? Well, if you go out today and you apply for a loan, which, by the way, Dr. Eisenberg, again, his report, he said that year over year, mortgage applications are up 35% over a year ago. Why? Interest rates at 2.75%. It's like giving money away for people to buy homes these days. And the certainty factor of that is that if you lock in on an interest rate today with your credit score, your debt to income ratio, you can be certain that your interest rate is going to be in that range. It's not going to be exact that. You may get better because you might have an 800 plus credit score, no debt, money in the bank, or you may have a little bit less because you've got a 730 or something like that. But when you can get an interest rate sub 3 on average, be certain that people are going to look to buy homes. And that, my friends, is what I think is going on in our marketplace right now, is that people are saying, I know that I can get that rate. I can get a bargain on the money. May have to pay a little bit more for the home, but I know that I'm going to be able to lock in my interest rate, and most of my money is going to be going to pay off principal instead of interest over time. And that, my friends, is the way to build wealth in the United States. If you've got questions for me, call me. 915-588-1850 is my cell number. Text me on that number as well. Shoot me an email or hit me up here on Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever it is that you might be seeing this report. I'd love to be able to assist you with any of your questions about real estate here in El Paso and southern New Mexico, because I'm licensed over there as well. We'd love to be able to serve you and your family. Or if you want to challenge me on my numbers and tell me I'm crazy, I'm off my rocker, please call me. I'm happy to listen to anybody who can educate me on why I might be incorrect about what's going on with our marketplace. But for the most part, I believe that we are blessed to be in El Paso because we've got good inventory, we've got great weather for the most part. Yes, it was hot this summer, but overall it's starting to cool off, and we're going to enjoy this fall. So thanks for watching. God bless you. And as always, make it a great day. Bye-bye.